Hi, you reached Feather and Veil. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm going to be discussing Chapter 6, entitled The Day the Earth Tilted. Making ends meet was always a struggle. College textbooks weren't cheap, and neither were the nursing supplies that I needed. Every penny mattered. By August of '98, I was piecing together income from odd jobs, mostly yard work like weed eating and gardening. $50 here or there helped stretch the gas tank. That month, dog days of summer were in full force, and after wrapping up another long hot job, I chugged a cold bottle of water. But something felt off. I wasn't sweating. My body heat was rising fast. Felt like I was burning from the inside out. It was the same frightening heat I had only felt once before during a cross-country race in high school where I had collapsed. I poured more water on my head, hoping to cool down. I just need a shower, I whispered to myself as I climbed into my car, cranked the AC, and drove home. As soon as I stepped out of the car, the ground beneath me felt like it shifted, like I was standing on a waterbed. I took 2 wobbly steps and then hit the ground hard. My pride stung more than my body. I looked around to make sure no one had seen, shook my head, and forced myself up. I barely made it to the porch steps before collapsing again just inside the door. Okay, I pushed myself too far, I thought. I just need a shower. Using the wall for support, I undressed and stumbled into the tub. The cool water in the shower brought a brief sense of relief, but I leaned forward to adjust the temperature, and then my face smacked against the shower wall. I steadied myself, finished adjusting the temperature to something more soothing. After washing up, I tried to convince myself whatever this was, it would pass. But then I shut the water off, pulled back the curtain, and I was met with a rush of cold air. I stepped out and then collapsed for the 3rd time. Lying there, I blinked. I blinked hard, because everything in the room was doubled. There was 2 toilets, 2 sinks, 2 towels. I shook my head, trying to focus, but nothing. What is happening? Whispering aloud. I did a quick body check from head to toe. Heartbeat, yes. Respirations, yes. Talking, yes. Reaching for the towel, I realized my left arm was heavy, and I couldn't lift it at all. My vision was doubled, and I was unable to stand. My heart began to pound. Shit! My date's on his way. Here I am, half naked, dizzy, and terrified. I began army crawling my way into the kitchen, dragging my body across the carpet. My bare skin scraped the floor, my breasts taking the brunt of the rug burn. I finally reached the phone. So grateful for the 25-foot coiled cord that dangled in reach, that was touching the floor, that I had just bought the month before. My limbs felt like they were made of cement. My brain screamed to move faster, but my body wouldn't respond. So I got the cord, pulled the phone off the wall, and I'm looking at the phone. There's 2 phones. There's 2 keypads. And I'm feeling across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. And I realized, well, if I just hit 0, maybe I can get the operator and I can get some help. So I'll push 0. Guess what? It must have been redial, because my date answered the phone. I explained to him what was happening, and he said, don't worry, I'll be there in 15 minutes. So I couldn't hang the phone back up, so I pushed the little button to hang it up and just left it on the floor, and army crawled my way back to the bathroom, where I knew that there were some dirty clothes and a towel. So by the time I get back there and grab the towel, he arrives. He found me exactly as I feared, weak, disoriented, and half naked. And yet, without hesitation, he helped me get dressed. He rummaged through my drawers while navigating all of that chaos. He carried me to his car. It wasn't exactly how I imagined a first date going. The nearest tertiary care hospital was over an hour away. I drifted in and out of sleep, trying to keep my eyes closed so I wouldn't throw up. By the time we arrived, I was panic on the inside and completely frozen on the outside. After 12 hours of testing and questioning, I was discharged with an eye patch for my paralyzed left eye. And by the way, if you ever have double vision, try and cover one eye and see if that doesn't fix it. It should fix it, but if you got something else going on, it may not. Anyway, the discharge instructions included an appointment with a neurologist in October. October, I asked, stunned. School starts in 2 weeks. I only have 2 courses left to finish my degree. But the body doesn't care about plans. In the days that followed, with help from my family and support from my college, I regained some of my strength and arranged to defer school until January of '99. I had already completed the nursing portion of my degree the previous spring. And then the final blow comes in October. A diagnosis of primary progressive multiple sclerosis. The neurologist didn't sugarcoat it. You may need a wheelchair or a walker, but be prepared for permanent changes, he said. I remember sitting in that sterile office absorbing his words like I'm listening to a foreign language for the first time. My mind wanted to fight, scream, to say, no, not me. But all I could do was nod and try not to cry until I was alone. At home I grieved, not for my health, but for the life I thought I'd have. The future I was building as a nurse, a mother, a provider. It now came with a shadow I couldn't yet define. As for that date, well, not exactly the romantic night I had in mind, but he stayed by my side for 12 long hours, and for that I will always be grateful. For college, I did complete it in January of '99. Looking back, it's almost surreal how quickly life can change, how the body can collapse under pressure, and how in a single moment everything you thought you understood about yourself must be reevaluated. When I was diagnosed with primary progressive multiple sclerosis, I didn't just lose my footing physically, I lost it emotionally and spiritually too. I grieved deeply, not just for the diagnosis, but for the image of the future I had so carefully painted. There were days when I felt like a stranger inside my own skin, weak, uncertain, unfamiliar. But healing is never just about the body. It's layered and it can be slow, and sometimes arrives in unexpected forms. During that stretch of time, I was rebuilding my strength and learning how to navigate this new reality. The dreams returned, not the ordinary kind, but vivid, spiritual ones I had known in my childhood. As I rested and tried to make sense of the sudden change, the spiritual world re-entered my life with a strange, serene persistence. In my dreams, I was comforted not with words, but with presence. A kind of peaceful awareness held me as I healed. The dreams came to me quickly at first, gently stirring me from my sleep and washing over me with a warmth that words can't quite describe. They didn't offer medical answers or magic cures, no booming voices or profound visions, just a gentle reminder that I was not alone, that this detour, like others before it, held purpose. I believe now that those dreams came as a reminder. They remind me that my path may not be easy, that there was still a purpose, still a reason, still something calling me forward, and I listen. Because sometimes when the earth tilts beneath your feet, it's not to break you, but to reorient you towards something greater. Please be gentle with your soul, walk in kindness, and always trust in your light. Until next time, bye!